Like when it comes to retail spaces, how much you pay for rent, depending on the neighborhood, you could pay more. Like, of course, the rental space for Dischem Yoko Santon likely costs more than the rental space for Dischem Santon Mall, than the rental space, go Clearwater Mall, because of the neighborhood, because of the mall, because of the upmarket nature of that particular retail establishment. But it still is, at the end of the day, a retail chain. And so it's able to enter into contracts where they get massive discounts to be placed in contracts in certain malls, certain spaces, enough for them to be able to talk down the price even of how much they pay in rental, insofar as that particular not retail group, but a construction group can enter into a contract with Dischem to reduce prices. But if you're just one supermarket in Lakoa Chinatown, you're paying whatever it is that the landlord there will have you pay. You're paying whatever the landlord there will have you pay. You don't have the luxury of talking them down because you're not a chain. You're not a chain. You're just one supermarket. You're just one supermarket. You're probably, in some instances, for that rental space, given that it covers so much square meterage, you're probably paying even more than what Dischem is paying for the space that it occupies, for instance, Core Retail Crossing, because of just how big you are. Therefore, essentially, there is no excuse for these people to be charging this much, given the deals that they enter into, given the agreements that are entered into, given their clout, given their ability to scale because of how many chains there are. They are especially without excuse in comparison to independent retailers. And yet independent retailers paying much more rent than one unique individual Dischem are nonetheless able to charge far less for cayenne pepper. It's predatory pricing. It's criminal. It's ungodly, and it's uncouth, and it's a pimple oozing pus. Yeah. Ooh, I'll read a little bit more comfortably. And then the sad and disquieting thing about all of these bambunaris, in your borders, Inja, you're all gonna go pass away. You're gonna breathe your last. You're gonna enter into eternity, having not even spent thing from South Africans, while those South Africans you stole from are gonna stay alive and still live to starve another day. So, Gazeini, with all of this hoarding of people's resources, making sure that they can't be eating or nothing, when you're gonna die before you can spend all that money you be swindling from all their pockets, when are you ever gonna wake up to see that? You're just amassing a whole bunch of wealth that you can't even spend. Whatever, man. You're gonna remember that in hellfire one day if you don't repent. I don't generally buy mint, but this time I bought it because I wanted peppermint crisp in my stick. I don't generally buy mint, but I was able to be luxurious this time around. I bought mint, and it smells like mint. Oh, you gotta love, fragrance me, please. I bought mint. I don't generally buy it, but I was able to be luxurious because, I mean, really, is everything just not crazy cheap? And the mint, which is 100 grams, cost R7.99. The mint, not 150 grams of mint. 50 grams of mint. This is the kind of stuff that ought to be giving me juice every day. It costs R7.99. And then, ginger powder, you know, I love ginger. Like, even my sister loves ginger. Stone. Because of ginger. My sister loves ginger. I love ginger. We just got a thing about ginger. It's unfortunate that we have all these qualms and issues, but we adore ginger in these streets. My mom also loves stone. It's in the family. It runs in the blood. Okay? Hey Mara, the way you get bang ginger thing, I love ginger because of what it does to drinks. It makes them taste so delicious. Oh, stony. Listen, it doesn't have to be stony, but just any ginger drink. Like, I'm feeling ginger. I love ginger. Oh, who doesn't love a bit of ginger? Even gingerbread is the baddest. Mara, ginger yadura. Ginger is expensive. For me, it is. I would not know the difference between spices that are kind of expensive versus those that are cheaper. I know that cinnamon is a cheaper spice, generally, and turmeric, but that ginger tapers more towards expensive. And I don't know why it's so expensive. Maybe it's because it's out to be producing stony. I don't know. Margarita ginger, it just adds a pang and a pow to coffee. It adds a pang and a pow to a drink. It adds a pang and a pow to an edible, but I can't always get it, and it always hurts me when I can't get that pang and that pow. Powwow is an Indian boy like ginger, ooh, ah. Anyway, whatever, I just had to break out into that. Ow, wow, Powwow is an Indian boy. Okay, so I clearly had an upbringing. I clearly had a childhood. Ginger. I love ginger because it's stone. Okay. I love ginger, but I can't always afford it. And when I have to leave ginger behind, you know what song plays in the background? Especially in that part that goes like super high. Near, far, wherever you are, I can feel that you're sinking and leaving me to go on. Once more, will you open the door, oh ginger, and show me that you live, 'cause my heart won't go on and on. When there's no ginger, all I hear is my heart will go on. It's just so sad. I start to hear that flute and everything. The whole scene, slow motion. That's what I hear when I can't buy ginger, but I often have to leave it behind because I'm so broke all the time. Ginger is among the more expensive spices, and if you're gonna get like a decent amount, like 100 grams, it'll set you back, booma, like 40 rand. Do you understand? 100 grams. And that was before Discam just went off the chains, off the railings. I don't know how much it is now. It just, listen, as recently as just a few months back, something happened with Discam. It wasn't even coronavirus. Prices did not do this around COVID. They didn't. It happened now. South Africa, is it because of our go? Has it been cancelled just yet? I think Janae, what happened? Is it the war in Ukraine? Why is everybody else appearing to be fine? Why are you catching up only 5 to you? You're like Days of Our Lives and Bold and the Beautiful. You know how we be out here watching it 3 years down the line? Are you only catching up now to global recession? And that's why our prices be looking like this? Or maybe you're just corrupt. Anyway. I got it for 20 rand and 99. I got 100 grams of ginger spice for 20 rand 99, so I no longer need to sing My Heart Will Go On. I got ginger spice for 20 rand 99, and it is 100 grams. There it is over there. So no need to be singing dirgy songs. No need to be singing funeral-y songs, because there's no need to be burying no ginger. Now my tea is coming back like Lazarus, running the streets of my cup like Forest, yeah. Okay, so that was ginger 2099 mara. I am not even lying to you. Ginger, yago nasticity, otherwise known as Discam, and I've been lamenting about these things for years. 10 years. Yeah, dura. Yeah, let's say, but just Google it. Just Google it. Try and buy it online. And then I bought leafy greens. Mamela. I got this. This here is a Bonzella bargain. It's a Bonzella bargain. It's 50 grams. It's a Bonzella bargain because I tended to want something that's a leafy green. So I bought moringa, and that was the cheapest one that I could afford. My moringa has just gotten increasingly expensive, so I just left it. I've been leaving again also every night, and moringa gives that earthy taste, especially when you put it in coffee. I just absolutely love moringa, but I had to leave it behind. But I got myself a beautiful vitamin C concoction of a glory. It probably would do so well for my hair if I made it a hair mask, but no, we're drinking it, okay? Type establishment thing, and it's called Nature's Secrets NY Leafy Greens, and what's involved in it is kale, spinach, moringa, amla. I mean, really, I've been trying to buy amla on its own. It was so expensive. Like I said, I would choose based on pricing, but amla was just too expensive for me. Spirulina. I tried to buy spirulina, but it's just so expensive by itself. I had to choose which leafy green to run with, and I ran with moringa. But this here is a combination of all of these things. Wheat grass, green tea, and then hemp powder. Let's read you that again. Kale, spinach, moringa, amla, spirulina, wheatgrass, green tea, hemp powder. This here concoction of a leafy green vitamin C boost, so don't nobody be getting flu or whatever. Yeah. Out of there by Lemona. Baby's like Nature's Secrets NS Leafy Greens. 31.99. Moringa yako Discam yona about this amount used to retail for like almost $60. Now I don't even go there. It's almost like 75 now. I don't even go there. Spirulina yona 100 rand, 120. Boma amla, like out here be 100, 110. I just left it. And I even stopped getting moringa because moringa also started getting like crazy expensive. So I just left it. Yeah, well, this here retailed for 31 rand 99. And it's a combination of all of these things. I got the best of every world. I got every last one of them in a batch. You tell me this little small 50-gram thing that you're gonna mix in a concoction in your, what are you gonna call this? Your shakes that make you go up and down the treadmill 10,000 times. You tell me how much it's gonna set you back at Discam. Okay. Yeah, not this. Yeah, Discam or Clicks, wherever. All right. And then this here, I get it. This time around, everything was just so cheap that I was like, oh, let me just experiment. So I made a decision to buy this Amla. There we go. I've always wanted Amla powder. Remember I told you I wanted to buy Amla? Well, I bought Amla powder. This here has Amla in it as an extract within a whole leafy green concoction mabobi. That's what it looks like there at the top. It's a leafy green spice. And this here is just Amla on its own. And it's a brownish like powder. Looks like ginger. Okay. It's a gingerish color type setup thing. It's called Amalaki. Amalaki, the richest source of natural vitamin C. Amalaki or Amla is useful in treating cough, cold, sore throat, respiratory, whatever. Okay. Take a quarter of a teaspoon with water mornings and evenings. Listen, I'm gonna be making it in my coffee. Amalaki, where is it? I want to show you. It cost me $17.99 for 50 grams. $17.99 for 50 grams. Okay. How much all the stuff is gonna cost you. We just get me in. And then, what's in here? Rosemary has always been cheap. Even liquid discount. Last time I checked, it was quite cheap. I got 50 grams of rosemary. This is what I'm always chewing. And I'm like, I'm chewing rosemary. It's not bubble gum. I put it in my concoction as well. And my rosemary cost me... Where is this rosemary? Rosemary, 10 rand 99. Listen, rosemary is cheap, but it's just not this cheap. At Discam, I would get it for like 20 rand or maybe even 16 bucks. It's just, this place is a steal. It's a bargain. You are going to cut 35%, shave it off, like easily, off your groceries, your price, the overall price of your groceries, however much they might cost you. If you were to buy them, go check out, say, or go hypermarket or go Discount or whatever, it would chop off a good 35 to 40% off your grocery items. So that's where you are gonna get imali or cricket and still go happy on New Year's. Look at you missing out on New Year's Eve because South Africa is corrupt. Okay, and then cinnamon. Cinnamon. It's literally my favorite spice by far. And listen, I can eat cinnamon and scoop it. Like, eat it like it's sherbet. And sometimes it gets in your nose and it gets all, like, you know, it stings you. Like, this is, yeah, I don't care. I just love it. I get, like, to a point where how mina, you be out your minaring brown. It's gross. I love cinnamon. I lick it like it's sherbet. Lick it. And apparently, allegedly, it's a weight loss enhancer. So, hallelujah, since I'm trying to make sure that my rings keep on fitting. Gerata cinnamon, this is 100 grams, and I love it so much that, and it was so cheap that I bought 2 of them. I wanna spices say que se ratang ho palasini, cinnamona. Yeah, I got 2 cinnamon, so basically 200 grams of cinnamon. Today I went to Discam again. I went to Discam because there were certain things I couldn't get while in Ediseyo at the other store, the retail space, the shop, the supermarket that I went to. For that retail store, and I went across Lifestyle Foods cinnamon, and their cinnamon was literally for 100 grams 75 rands. Cinnamon was among the cheapest spices. I cannot tell you why they did that. I can't. 75 rands. I was shocked. I was like, manje, 300 gram malini, 150. Are you for real? For cinnamon? Cinnamon is one of the cheapest spices. I've always loved it ever since I was a child, and I was grateful now that I'm poor to find out that it's cheap. Because I only found out that stuff is cheap once I stopped being able to afford stuff. I never used to be price sensitive, and now I am. Online, is it Lifestyle Foods or Nature's Choice? I stand corrected. Mara, on Take A Lot, it's Lifestyle Foods. It's one of them. Online, on Take A Lot, cinnamon, 100 grams is under 20 bucks. So on the online market, they're willing to sell it for 20 bucks, but put it on a discount shelf and it retails for 75 rands. Listen, I'm not joking. Go on Take A Lot, search for cinnamon. You will find Nature's Choice cinnamon there for about 20 bucks. And go to Discam and find the same cinnamon for 75 rands. Why? Why? Given that an online store doesn't even pay rent. An online store highly unlikely pays rent the way that you would pay rent to rent out a bit of a spot. They go retail crossing. Listen, I there is something going. Hey man, this country, it's so bold-facedly corrupt that whatever. Let's A2 and A1 cinnamon. I bought 2 of them. I get it. Where are we? Cinnamon. The whole price is 31 Rand 98. But like, listen to this so that you can get gobsmacked or more fat and lose your teeth. And each individual unique unit costs 15 Rand 99. 16 bucks. 16 together 32. 32 rands for 200 grams, and yet I saw a 100 gram cinnamon at Discount today for 75 Rand. Mamela, I don't know what's going on. I literally cannot tell you what's happening, except I can. Corruption is your middle name. All right. And then, this one is also gonna throw you off your chair like the rockers. Chia seeds. Chia seeds were a difficult purchase. Why? For me, Njefela, historically, because they came so highly recommended from all these health nut gurus, but they was just so expensive that I always used to pinch myself to accept buying them because they tended to excel $100, or maybe they were just under 100, and even then I could only get 50 grams, or I could only get listen, chia seeds sometimes I could see because they're even more expensive than moringa. Okay, I decided that I'm just gonna go on right ahead and get 2 packets of chia seeds, each being 50 grams. Mamela, chia is chia is chia. A chia seed is a chia seed is a chia seed, whether you buy it from Woolies, whether you buy it from Discount, or whether you buy it from Food Lovers Market, or whether you buy it from some farmer's market. Listen, it doesn't matter where you buy chia seed, where you buy Njefela certain things. I mean, yes, we understand that with fruit, all fruits are equal, but some fruits are more equal than others. Woolies fruit make a massive difference. They tend to make sure that they're not wilted, etc. So if you buy them more expensively than you would purchase fruit at, for instance, a Pick and Pay or Checkers, we get it because the quality of fruit makes a difference. But a seed is a seed is a seed. Just like pepper is a pepper is a pepper. A peppercorn is a peppercorn is a peppercorn. There are certain things that you can't say because it's from Woolies, it's better quality. Chia seeds are chia seeds are chia seeds. They stick to every surface that is viscose, and so they're annoying that way. And so that's how you know they're chia seeds. And they swell up in water, all the same. 50 gram each. Let me tell you how much they cost. Are we not are we not pricing things based on their perception just because they're called superfoods? Are we not now gonna just put a crazy price on them? People need to eat. Chia, I bought 2, I guess. 2 for each of them being 50 grams. One was 8 Rand 99. Mamela, I am not pulling your leg. The combination, basically 100 grams of chia seeds from the joint where I was at, cost. Why have I lost my bearings over here? Because I'm busy reading. 17 Rand 98. How many of y'all be buying chia seeds for under 20 Rands? That's 100 grams, guys. You tell me where you're gonna go and buy chia seeds. 100 grams worth for 20 bucks, 20 Rands. Wait, not in South Africa unless you're a thrift shopper. Unless you are a thrift shopper like Arabo, you're not gonna win, baby. You're not gonna win. Honey, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. It's gonna end in disaster. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Honey, you're gonna leave with a lazy eye. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Baby, you're not gonna make it. I'm sorry, you're just not gonna make it. Oh, it's so pitiful. You're not gonna make it. These here cost under 20 bucks, 8 Rand 99 per 50 grams. I should have bought 4. I should have bought 4 so I could make a chia pudding. This is where making a chia pudding makes all kinds of sense. I used to be all shocked and gobsmacked that people are to be making chia puddings. Do you think you've got money to make a whole pudding out of some seeds that cost too much? Until you buy them from where I got them. I be making pudding out of chia seeds. Yeah. Pudding go for everybody needs to go crazy tomorrow. And then I bought nuts. Y'all. The nuts. My taco money upala carado. Mamela, my favorite chocolate is whole nut. I have got nut bags all up in my grill because they can tell that I like nuts. Peanuts, almonds. If it's a nut, I'm feeling it. In adoration for seeds and nuts. I love seeds. I love nuts. And I got this like omega-3 seed mix that ever since I could remember. Oh, I had to go and open for my cat. I sent her to the house because she's a distraction and I've got too many things on the bed. She keeps on moving and moving and moving. But now I've got all these things, Mumpito. and they're distracting me. So I need to find somewhere else to put them. So I can just finish talking this conversation. I'm just going to be doing so much packing up, clearing up. I give it it's just so much, like so much, like just so much. Anyway, whatever. It's a guy. I was talking about nut bags. Why are they all up in my grill? It's because they think they're like sesame seeds too. They think they're all like peanuts as well. Like I should. Like nut bags, but no way. But when I man. Except, no, sorry, you're just loco. Okay. I put this back there to let the cat out. Not let the cat out, sorry. The way I kept buying the in tubes, y'all, because I love seeds and I love nuts. It's a seed mix, but it's very nutty. I could not quite get a nut mix though. And I've always wanted to have like ladu, you know, like ladu, the Indian ladu that grows here. I've always wanted to make that, eat that daily or drink it, but I just could not afford to keep buying seeds. Like I couldn't afford to keep buying seeds, and I also could not afford to buy nuts because they're expensive. So I just settled for whatever. This time around, however, since I was set up in Ele and God is enabling my cause along, I made a decision that let me just get these and this is an omega-3 seeds mix, and it has in it, like there's linseed in there. I can see that there's sesame seeds, there's pumpkin seeds, which are like my favorite, and there's sesame, linseeds. Okay, let me just read. Omega-3 seeds mix is a powerful combination of seeds which are a rich source of micronutrients. Listen, I know, but mamela, what is pumpkin, sesame, sunflower seeds. Yes, those are the ones there. Let's go with Ukraine, and linseeds. Just a delicious little seed mix that I also put in my drink, right? So it's a little bit chewy, or a lot chewy. I enjoy all this. 2 of them, each of which is 100 grams each. So I got 200 grams of seed mixes, right? This is what actually giving me a shot of energy. 200 grams worth of seed mixes. Let's go and find these seeds. 35.98 for both. So one was 17.99 Rand. NS omega-3 seed mix, 35.98 for both. 17.99 Rand for one. Why wouldn't I buy 2? Why wouldn't I buy 3? Why wouldn't I buy 10? Actually, in order to bake, in order to make a seed loaf, in order for me to just eat them because they're so delicious, like as a snack, like proper. It was just so reasonable. The prices for the stuff that I just was like, whoa. If it was up to me, I would have grabbed more, but I knew that I wanted to, of course, purchase my wigs. I needed to be reasonable. Otherwise, I would have just like grabbed like 5 of them. Just felt like just as bulk buying, because proper, when am I going to get an opportunity to do this again? Okay, you tell me how much you're going to get 100 gram seed mix of this nature. What discount, never mind discount, or even just like a regular a food market, like a food lovers market, like a store that sells fruits and vegetables. You're not going to see a seed mix for that much money. Our prices are inflated, guys. Not everywhere is there corruption. I'm grateful that I found that place. Like Grandpa wanna eat cheaper, but I didn't buy my grandpa from there because I just wanted to get like things like Trader Tree sort of kind of medical stuff and what have you from one place. So that's why I did. But everything of theirs is cheaper. Like everything, their cocoa is cheaper. So I don't even know why my mom, when she goes grocery shopping, she doesn't just go there like she should. There were parents buying their children's books from there. Because Pick n Pay, go check us, go whatnot. Because that's where our big business bosses are to be inflating prices. Whether or not you're in the Gasi, whether or not you're wherever, there's just too much corruption in this country. Whoever owns that business is just not interested in basically pricing their stuff based on corruption. They're pricing it based on profit margins that they're obviously making that are lofty, and likely their, what do they call this thing? Their competitive advantage or their business model is premised around Tabare. Everywhere else it's expensive. It's more expensive than us at Macro. It's more expensive than us at Pick n Pay. It's more expensive than us at Jumbo. It's more expensive than us even at places that pride themselves on being cheaper. So just come to us. That's probably their business model. That's probably their value proposition. That's why I get it. There are people who are exploiting South African corruption. They are looking at it and are so therefore making for themselves a pretty lucrative income, a lucrative earning, just by taking for granted the fact that the South African market is so corrupt that a flood of people just on an economies of scale model will go to them. Just based on the fact that a flood of people will go to them to buy stuff that even though they're just one retailer, one wholesaler, one supermarket, at the end of the day, really, one supermarket in a family is enough to make them live very, very, very comfortably for the rest of their lives. They don't need to have a chain. There are people who are content with just one supermarket. There are people who are content with living a lifestyle where they can go on very elaborate holidays year on year, just based on one super successful supermarket. And mind you, if that same supermarket were to make a decision to perhaps have like multiple chains across the country, then the same corruption would infiltrate it. The same competition, what do you call this? You know how Take a Lot took Temu to the competition commission for what we don't know. It's not competitive. You be out just selling things for such low prices, and now people are not buying from Temu. Now people are not buying from Take a Lot, but they're buying from Temu until our duty prices now got skyrocketed. If they were to decide to basically hook up more supermarket franchises, like for instance, as many as there are macros or as many as there are Checkas's and Pick and Pays, then that's when the Checkas's of this world and the Pick and Pays of this world would then come for them with competition laws, with the competition commissions. So what then they do is just kind of keep one supermarket, like just one in like this particular region, or maybe several such supermarkets, however, under different names, that they might escape essentially the South African deep state saying, we have to keep people paying crazy prices. We have to do exactly that in order for us to remain competitive. So therefore you need to inflate how much you sell a Kit Kat for. You must inflate how much you sell a bar one for. You must inflate how much you sell. That woman, everything on chocolate. This woman, no, she sources her things from somewhere, and everything of hers is like significantly cheaper. I of course chose not to buy chocolate because, like I said, maybe even my wig is moving because I'm getting fat. Like, if you like, my rings aren't fitting, so I left the chocolate behind. But listen, I do love me a whole nut chocolate, but I left it because I don't want to get fat. However, if I wanted a chocolate, that's where I would buy it. Anyway, moving on right ahead, hibiscus is yet another thing that is just too much of a luxury for me to just keep buying it. I would love to buy it like just on a loop at Discount. This red plant that grows hair like no man's business. There's henna over the guys. There's like yeah, dura hibiscus. Go water. So hibiscus is delicious. Y'all, it's got this tangy taste to it. Mamela, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a really good time. I'm gonna have an excellent time. Hibiscus powder, I got it for 41 Rand 99. It's not cheap. Even there, it wasn't cheap. But how much would I get hibiscus leaves, like a hibiscus tea at Discam? 80 Rand, 90 Rand, like easily. That's why I always just leave hibiscus out. I don't get it because yeah, dura. Alright, this is hibiscus powder, 50 grams. And I'm looking forward to having a chunk of fun with hibiscus. Okay, a chunk of delectable fun. It's gonna be delicious. Alrighty, and then of course turmeric, 100 grams is also gone up for that monstrous joint called Discam. And turmeric is over here, 15 Rand 99, 16 bucks. Turmeric is cheap. It's been cheap for a minute. At Discam, I don't think they've significantly increased its price, but it's no longer what it used to be. I got it there for 16 bucks, 15.99. 100 grams worth of turmeric, and I can never leave turmeric behind. And also turmeric, even if I had left it behind, I would still have it monjaradin because my mom buys it, but I like to get my own things that she might not complain that I'm out here drinking her cooking spices or whatever. Okay. Yeah, that's what I got there. Is there anything else in here from that joint? No, there's nothing else in here. And the whole total cost of these things came to 253 bucks, and I was shocked. Now, what I tend to do is I mix all the stuff in like a container, and I just like, yeah. And then I take 1.5 to 2 scoops of it, and I put it in my drink. I then add 5 roses tea in my drinks as well, a dash of coffee, a sprinkle of sugar. I also add from the house, what do you call this thing? Like the spices that are always here. What is the seasonings? Parsley. I add parsley. I add cumin seeds. I add oregano if I can find it. Oh, cocoa. I made mention of cocoa that is in the house. And the cocoa makes it so delicious. It makes it like hot chocolate that's very, very seedy. Type of like spicy, like yeah, type thing. Very earthy, hot chocolate. And then I also add moringa. And I made mention of moringa. Sorry, fenugreek, and the thing that makes it especially like just shotty, like it's like a shot, like really healthy, I think, is the thickness that is created by the main ingredient, which is the real McCoy, the big baddie, and that is linseed, flax. I couldn't find flaxseed. Flaxseed is what makes it milkshakey and thick. It's what makes it, you know what flax does. It creates that thing. So I went to Discount for flax seed, for flax powder, and thank God for flax flour or powder. And thank God flax has not increased that much in price, but it still has. Like, it was 50 something. Okay, so this is the slip from, I need to find, it's called Frontline Hyper Hill Fox. That's the name of it. And I'm gonna give you the exact address. Like, I was giving you directions saying, there, the Hill Fox, there by the McDonald's. Okay, the name of this place is called Frontline Hyper Hill Fox, and it is on the corner of Rhinoceros and Hendrik Potgieter in Walter Vreden Park. Listen, I don't care if you don't remember. All right. Okay. Cool beans and bananas. And then flax seed. And it appears this place also exists in Cape Town because it says here, Western Cape Pty Ltd. It was registered in the Western Cape. So maybe there's one that exists in the Western Cape. If you can find one, baby, then do. Okay. Frontline hyper. Frontline helper. Like the front lines of battle. That's where I'm at. Okay. Cool beans and bananas. And then flaxseed, I got 350 grams as usual. And it tends to last me 10,000 years. I am besotted with it. And it was 50 rand. Anyway, it was 50 something rands. Okay, 253. It was 50 something rand at Dis-Chem. Flax, it started out being like 30 something bucks, and now it's 50 something bucks. I can't say that it's a reasonable price increase because why under heaven? I mean, 20 bucks is too much, but it's still nothing in comparison to what they did to cinnamon and cayenne pepper and moringa and chia seeds. And oh, listen, it ain't jack. It is not jack. And you will also discover that there are some brands that are not tarnished inside Dis-Chem that don't sell at these inflated prices, evidencing therefore likely collusion happening between Dis-Chem and certain food brands, certain what do you call this? Certain product brands. Like maybe they're in cahoots with Nature's Choice or Lifestyle Choice or Nature's whatever. You get my point. No, I can't really listen. I'm just using examples. I'm not saying that this is what's going on, which is why you would find certain prices, certain items just retailing for a ridiculous amount of money, right? Maraona lists certain other brands with Dis-Chem that sort of kind of are maintained without inflating too much in price. So what that says is that the corporate executives of those companies likely were like, okay, Mamela, if you will pay us this much for this product per annum or per month or per quarter, we will inflate the price by 55% by the end of the second quarter. We will inflate the price by 55% by the end of the third quarter in 2027. And we will utilize the fact that inflation is hitting us rock bottom. And never mind that, like after COVID-19, like everything, they will blame it on the economy. They will blame it on just a myriad of things. They will blame it on America cutting our funding for certain stuff because of our fights with Donald Trump. They will blame it on that. And so you will actually get, for instance, listen, I'm not accusing these companies, but just think like pop up. I'm just using examples. Or maybe Nature, again, Lifestyle Foods, making a decision, or Nature's Choice, making a decision that we are going to sell our cinnamon to you for a 50% markup, and then you can sell it on your shelves for a 150% markup, so everybody wins. Because there are literally some food items or some product lines inside Dis-Chem. For instance, Dis-Chem is at this point the culprit that I'm calling that are untainted. Their prices are not changed, evidencing that level of collusion and that level of corruption has not happened with that particular product line. That particular product line did not enter into a deal of corrupt magnitude with Dis-Chem, so their prices stay the same. And it is evident with natural products. This here brand, its prices have stayed the exact same, almost like a flat line on a monitor after a person has passed away. Whereas what is going on with their crazy expensive, non-competitive cinnamon, you will also find that cinnamon Dis-Chem tended to pride itself in, what do you call this thing? Having different brands of the same product next to each other so you can compare prices and buy them. Now, if you go to Dis-Chem, cinnamon, for instance, you will find for cinnamon, Nature's Choice, 75 chunky rands. And then you will look for another cinnamon. Because cinnamon, and listen, you won't find it. You will not find it. Is it that they've decided not to sell their cinnamon? Or have they deliberately hidden it? Or have they placed it in such a conspicuous spot that it's hard to find that all you will do is just pick up this particular cinnamon and go home with it? Yeah, like Papa, hey guys, corruption like the way that I have to search for stuff that I'm looking for now at Dis-Chem, or the way it's so hard to compare between different product lines because of how some product lines just appear to just disappear from the scene altogether. And yet when you go to a different Dis-Chem, like a Dis-Chem at the mall versus the one that is in your retail crossing, when you go to the Dis-Chem at the mall or the one that is not at your retail crossing, it'll be easier for you to find that product. Or you will find whatever different product of flaxseed you're looking for or of cinnamon that you're looking for, you will find it by asking a consultant. Hey guys, cinnamon, yeah, in particular Nature's Choice. And I told her it's somewhere weird, and it's like, but listen, cinnamon should be hanging out with cinnamon, shouldn't it? Cayenne pepper should be hanging out with cayenne pepper, shouldn't it? Ginger should be hanging out with ginger, shouldn't it? But then they make it along the lines of, no, product line hangs out with product line. So all the chia seeds of Nature's Choice chill with all the ginger of Nature's Choice, and all the, basically, that's their excuse then, I guess, for bundling their products together in one bunch so that you will have a hard time finding the cinnamon of another brand that you might buy cheaper. It just evidences corruption. Stuff members are got discount and they just put prices on products. They just there to work. Ain't nothing else. Nothing else will do. I just want you. Nothing else will do. I'm sorry I had to burp. Okay, yeah, anyway, so this here, Nature's Choice. Yes, it was Nature's Choice. Cinnamon, yeah, Nature's Choice, 75 randa. Guys, listen, I don't know what it takes to out here be producing cinnamon. Mara, I know, Shem, say 75 randa for 100 grams. It used to be 20 randa. 50 randa, it's really guy. Come get out of way. Is cinnamon now as rare as water in the Kalahari? Is that why we're paying so much for it? Whatever, it's fine. I got 200 grams of cinnamon, each bag of which cost just 15 rands, so I'll keep the one. Yako mahonching. It's alright. Mara, Eona flax powder from this very same brand that theirs is retailing for 75 bucks is, but you get next sleepy sako. Hasn't next mosona. I paid 101 rands in total. Go, what's that up on what is camp? The flax was 51 rand 99. Flax powder has always been cheap, Mara 51 is still a lot. Because I used to buy this much flax powder for 30 bucks just 2 years ago. But hey, you know, if you are just gonna be almost 100% marking stuff up in just 2 years, baby, you can blame inflation or you can just blame the fact that your executives are corrupt. I'm just saying. I just want you, and nothing else will do, yeah. We're just looking at Jesus at this moment. We're just looking at the Lord and Him only at this particular juncture. So flaxseed yako discount mukioki 51 randa. And then I bought 2 fenugreeks. I was expecting for fenugreek to also be skyrocketed, essentially just kind of murdering itself there on the shelf. Métis seeds, I was looking for them, liquor that other joint maranedi fedile. And mind you, the stuff that I bought was not on sale at the other place. It wasn't on sale. It was just the price. So you're gonna find it for that price. Even now, if you were to go there at some random arbitrary time of the year, it'll still be the same price. Nobody was trying to clear the food to go, nothing. Listen, there was no sale. And at discount, there was also no sale. And again, on these fenugreek, on these seeds, on this brand, there was also no sale. Just the same exact amount of money that we are to be paying all along. And fenugreek seeds have always been cheap, but these are expensive in comparison to how much they would have been at that other place. That other place, but I was prepared to pay that little bit of an extra premium because it's still a reasonable amount of money. Fenugreek seeds are cheap. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if after a year, they start to become crazy, ridiculous, expensive like cinnamon, though it was among the most, what do you call this thing? Like cheapest spices. The way keratang cinnamon kateng, guys, my favorite delectable treat is also a cinnabon. I love cinnabon. It's my favorite gelato joint establishment are just selling delectable treats. I just love cinnamon. I should make cinnamon buns and sell them. I don't have a job. Let me sell cinnamon buns. I think I'd enjoy making them. What do you think? Would you queue at my cinnamon bun stand? Or would you insist on molding them since you don't like me? Would you buy my cinnamon buns? Would you? I don't know. Okay, I got these here fenugreek seeds, and ooh, I tore a slip. I was gonna throw it away anyway. There were 24 rands, man. I can't find it. I can't try to sleep sack. Kiss on the fenugreek together cost me 49.98 dilly 2. One of them each was 24.99. So I got 2 fenugreeks. So that's what I do. I just mix and mix and mix and mix. I just mix until ain't nothing giving any more. Ooh, yeah. I just mix like masala. I just mix like it's a seed bar. I just mix like it's a seed mix for omega-3 fatty acids. And then I find myself very blessed afterwards. So herein lies this establishment of Kefedite. Therein lies that whole mix masala. Mixing masala. Mix masala. Mixioa. Masala. Mixy moo. Is my hair still given? Is it still kicking it? Like a can up the road? I don't know. Anyway, I beng ntho tsena back mo di plasticing tse tswang go teng di ang khathatsa ke feelang ka go hontsi monana go tletse go tlatate and ke very unhappy. Mara the total purchase, all of it, well, I mean, by the time I was done, I spent about $1,000, including the remaining purchases that I'm about to show you now. And I was like shocked out of my mind because look at me succeed to be Sister Thrifty. I am so successful in buying on a budget. I am so successful. And this guy, I'll just say that I'm never gonna buy again. And I'm like, boy, all the best. Boy. But he was given, what do you call this, like evidence? Cause Hugh Hefner. Rubbish in these streets. Oh, I pile matter. Oh, I go and kota. Eve echu. And then, ooh, I need to blow my nose. I feel like my nose is full of snot. Oh my goodness, we're done. Yes, we blew the nose. Like the way that God is blowing your minds. Oh, it's so funny. Alrighty, moving on. Well, story study Penty is really quite hilarious. So there was a time when my sister was like staying here. She was hanging like a 10. Okay, my older sister, you will remember what she did to me at Christmas. I told that story last, and what was done to me last time, I appear to have survived it because I'm a survivor in the Lord and I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna work harder. Okay? Well, during the time that my sister was staying here, my mom, I don't know, she'd be thinking that since I'm 12, she'd be thinking that we're still like 14 or whatever, except I'm 41, she's 43. So, my sister is just staying here. She's going through life because so she was seasonally essentially money tied, and so my mom, like, she saw me walking around after taking a bath, some underwear that was kind of unseemly. She didn't quite like how it like sat on my buttocks. So she decided that she's gonna like feel sorry for my family members have so neglected me that listen, fit up so long before like I have in the season bought myself the panty. I sometimes plan it if I like the panty because they don't consider me. They don't consider that, okay, it's been a few months or it's been jara. Let's buy her a new pair of panties. I have to be seen walking around in unseemly panties for anybody to do anything. So largely because nobody sees me changing clothes because I shower in the house and then you know, to go in to get out of the house after the shower. I don't change in front of them, but on the one occasion when I do, the bras aren't looking healthy. The panties aren't looking healthy, and I'm not gonna go because I refuse to reduce myself to a child that way because you don't get to disenfranchise me. And then panty di tsaka ke feelang ka re di tswapogile kopong rekele bra ke feelang ka re ena is stretchy running too much ha isang fa support kopa I don't ask for jag. So when I do get given money, I literally budget sometimes on some. If I get enough money, God, if you give me a donation, I see, okay, listen, my underwear don't be making no kind of sense. And then I'll be like, God, please, can I get new underwear? And then the Lord will avail money somehow to me, and I will therefore then be able to bargain hunt and get panties that be making some kind of sense, okay? Very well, now that you have the backstory to that, there was a time when and so my mom saw my underwear and she was like, yo, and she was thinking that in her own self, right? And around that same time, my older sister was living with us. So she decides to go to Woolies So she decides that she's going to be a secret Santa. Me and my sister. Patty Panty. She saw my panties and my sister was living in the house. So I guess my sister's panties too. Nobody ever sees mine because, like I said, I'm always changing the side. But every so often, on that one odd different occasion, I will change in the house. Like, I can tell what would happen for me to change in the house. I don't do that. I do everything in here. But that one particular fateful day, I was Nikia Paralagontu, okay? I didn't even think about it. That was it. I was not trying to get pitchy, nothing. I was just changing in front of my mom. And she was like, "What's up, Ega? Now some you over to Kaya Pinty Pinty how you where's alarm? Killer the ghetto of the kingy. Let's walk Puhile. Who lose? I look at Lulik. Yawa. I got it's been around. Kalin, say Copanale. Matoko. Kalin, is okay. Hey, when I Kalin to my shots, Kalin, say Copanale sunlight day. Let's add come on day. Oh, my pennies. How sometimes I get a change is because my mom wants Vaslapa Penty. She recently gave me Vaslapa. And after I bought my own Vaslapas from Temu. Adi Bona. Take it easy because after changing the Vaslapa to use the one stuck with Temu. I just the way my old Vaslapas was such the kokotwa thing. The way they were so dry and so hard. I was like, what's the point of Victoria from the Prata? So I told myself I just go home, so just leave it. My mom thought that I'm still using them. I just left them hanging. Give it to Katosa. I just left them hanging. Mara, give it to Katosa. Just the pennies, because you know how I Vaslapa. One Vaslapa Lepenti and then packs and they're just like chills like a corner. Like I have the Vaslapa Z2. One I use for Miliwak and then the other I use for my nether regions, and then for my face I use my hands. Because I don't want bacteria because I've got acne prone skin, so I've got 2 Vaslapas and a panty every day. And I don't like the panty di like my mom hates that as well. Like there would never ever be somebody's dranga or panty go bathroom like because it messes with the aesthetics of the bathroom. So my stuff always hangs outside, like proper, like the very epitome of laundry out here hanging, dirty laundry, except it's not dirty. But like my stuff has it's really old, unless it's a Hona Bula dog. It's just gonna stay like that. I would never have had Ivasla, but I would get that badly old. Like if I had a life, I would change Ivasla probably every month. No, man, this time, and by the time my Temu package arrived, I just changed out Vaslapa, used new ones, but then I left the old ones just chilling there like that. I didn't bother to bring it down. I only took the panty. So my mom saw this. My mom saw this. She saw this and she was. My mom always does that. Like she will think in herself. And then next thing, so recently she gave me, after I got new Vaslapas from Temu, one thing and Vaslap. I was like, it took a minute. She always just observes, okay? That's how my life is. Like I don't ask for anything. But the panty story, There is a backstory to the Pinty. There was a day when I was walking around and then she just happened to see Pinty and she says, I wasn't trying to parade my shame before her. Listen, I don't care. These people like pop up. These things, they're not funny, but I make a joke out of them because if you don't laugh about such matters where people do this to umuntu, hey, we have a war to win. So there was a day when I was walking around some months ago in front of her, and then she saw my underwear. No.